Namaskar, everyone. Good morning. This is Ravi Gupta. I am CEO and editor in chief of Digital Learning Magazine and founder of Elets Technomedia Private Limited. Welcome you all. I am very excited to welcome you at this 23rd World Education Summit and the special focus on school education. I am delighted that we have an exciting lineup of speakers in this event. More than 20 founders or co-founders of schools, 10 group school CEOs, 15 chairman, around 25 managing directors, CEOs, around 30 executive directors, and around 50 school principals or headmasters, and overall around 75 to 80 speakers are joining in this mega 23rd World Education Summit. And in the inaugural session, I have the pleasure of having Sri Bichuji Saha, who is director of uh, CBSE with us. So yeah, let me request to him to be on the stage. Welcome, Dr. Saha. Namaskar. Good morning, Dr. Saha. And you are on mute, so requesting you to unmute, please. Uh, so we will have your keynote address here, and we are excited that you are a part of the inaugural ceremony of this 23rd edition of World Education Summit. And this excitement is higher because now the schools are opening up in person. COVID fever is like going down, and so like there is much more excitement in the school ecosystem because of the improving situation. So, requesting you to deliver your keynote, Dr. Saha, in this context, in this background of opening of the schools, and the context of the national education policy, and context of the how the digital, so much digital has happened in the last 2 years in schools. How will this students cope up with going to school now? So over to you, and what are the emerging opportunities and challenges you are seeing in this education ecosystem, especially in this school education? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Raviji. Good morning to all of you. It's a momentous occasions for all of us, and especially during the COVID time, a lot of interactions and lot of and special use case narratives are very much visible in the digital space. And I'm happy to be part of this education summit. And of course, all the eminent dignitaries and especially the school management, I have seen the many of with whom I have personally worked on different progressive agenda. Good to see you here in this education summit. And I strongly believe in these 2 days interactions are going to bring a lot of ideas, which and lot of experience, which in turns those our viewer who are very much joined us virtually, they would be benefited out of it. Of course, Mr. Raviji has highlighted certain key point on which I am supposed to interact with you all. So NEP is nothing new. Only thing is that implementational roadmap need to be all the school leader and especially the school management interventions to interpret NEP in real sense is very much required. And I strongly believe you all are not only the school manager or school owner, but many of you I have seen personally involved in these educational transformation phases. So that's the beauty of our education systems. And at this point of time, those who are from the private or government, without discriminating. I think it is high time how the technology use case can be leveraged upon to the new generation's learner, so that adaptive learning based ecosystems can be created. And of course, that way, the positive outcomes of that pandemic is that many of our school leaders, many of our school management are very much used to with this kind of context. So already we have created the context, and we have developed the perceptions among the stakeholder regarding this digital mode of education delivery. But in terms of our bringing back to our original equations, that is that physical mode of schooling, uh, I think that initial patches where many of the school management struggled with introducing a new technology in the campus, and now bringing the students into this traditional approach, that is also many of the school management is facing, because of the lifestyle what student enjoyed at home during this pandemic, and physical sitting for long hour. I think many of our students forgot. So at this point of time, the blended approach or hybrid approach is very much crucial, so that in true sense, both digital space and physical space remains intact in terms of curriculum transaction. The next point is definitely how we are going to manage this connectivity issue, because at this point of time, many of the schools definitely facing this connectivity issue, and many of the schools also having huge bandwidth, and they are not actually really facing the problem. So in the neighborhood, can there be a collaborations model? Those schools group which having this enormous bandwidth, and now once the physical school starts in many locations, many states and territories, I think how optimally this digital space can be utilized for the neighborhood school who actually facing this acute bandwidth issue. So so that real collaborations, again, I should mention this school hub initiatives of CBSE, through which potentials hub leader and other collaborator, how they can coexist and share the same network bandwidth for the purpose of digitally delivering the curriculum or other programs in the neighborhood. So this could be one ask or wish list from our end. And second point is how we can support and nourish this innovator in the ecosystems. Because so far, if we review our education's delivery model, mostly the curriculum objective is there. It's well written in these all aspects. Focus is how we can prepare them for the examinations and assessment. Whether it is pandemic or it is a normal situations, every school's management is trying to prepare or coach their results, no matter whether it is CBSE, IB, or ICSE, or any state-run schools. The focus is how to perform class. Here, we need to introspect differently. Of course, we are not capability in is really becomes a missing link in the school space. So in the last one decades, there are a lot of initiatives taken by CBSE in collaborations with Ministry of Education and other allied body and industry. So at this point of time, our focus is how we can really look into these spaces so that our basic objective to create innovators in the ecosystems is really becomes a visible issues. And the second component is the entrepreneurial activities. So in the entrepreneurial activities, our focus schools, college, and university. Now, many a times we are trying to focus on the curriculum, but real terms experiential learning issues we used to undermine in the school spaces. So my humble request to the school leader and school management, CBSE, again in associations with Ministry of Education, AICT, we are trying to already this document has been drafted. The document is nothing but school innovations and entrepreneurships policy. Under that, very soon we are going to publicize this draft, and we'll through this August gathering, I'm requesting you all to kindly go through this document and give us the positive or even negative feedback so that this draft can be modified as per your requirement, and ultimately every school by 2025 is supposed to create a school innovations council. And school innovations council is ultimately responsible for lot of tinkering and other entrepreneurial activities. And initially, we can focus on these NEP recommendations, how these bagless day can be utilized. And second, how this local craft artisans knowledge can be shared in the school campus. And third, in the neighborhood, there are a lot of higher educational institutes whose infrastructures again remains idle. Now, can we think of some neighborhood collaborations and creating a positive cohort through which a seamless journey can be co-created by we all? And that's the core objective of our hub of learning. So there are a lot of activities. I know in these subsequent sessions you are going to discuss. Nipun Bharat is again is a huge mission, and now CBSE is targeting all its schools should be FLN ready by 2023. Now for that, I think there is a huge challenge. Now in CBSE website there is a FLN corner. So my request, those who have not utilized that particular corner, there is a huge repository of content and some MOOC course also we have developed. So you are supposed to look into this course and ask all your teachers to complete that MOOCs. And gradually other activities and maybe a community link activities we are going to, we are rather planning. So there are a lot of interventions is required from all of you. The last agenda is with respect to new technology. So AI, I don't have to tell because you all have participated in this mission, and the success stories is quite visible. And AI for all, which we have already inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister. My request through this education summit is that you please request all you teachers, principal who have joined us here, all the neighborhood peoples, no matter what kind of profile they are maintaining, AI for All program, this 4-hour program, which is also available in 11 Indian languages. So my request, you please go through and participate in this AI momentum. and of course other new technology. With the support of you all, we are going to bring. Blockchain is in on the platter, design thinking is on the platter, and there are many more. But the only thing is that the traditional approach of separating academic versus vocational versus sports versus art and culture, I think it is high time to implement NEP in true spirit, so that the basic fundamentals objective of multilingualism and multidisciplinary approach of educations, it should be cross curricular. And how it we can plan it, it's all depend on you. So your active participation in this mission is very much required. So with this note, let me pause here. Thank you, Dr. Ravi Gupta, and all the eminent speaker who have assembled here for coming 2 days. It would be huge interactions. And my for our from the CBSE sides, our wish list is that how Indian education system, especially K-12 sector, can be promoted internationally. Many a time, our school leader and management goes to different country, and Finland is a one example, Singapore and other Australia, all those countries. Can we think differently? Some sort of re-engineering is required, so that those countries' educationists must pay visit to our education systems, and a reverse journey can we create from K-12 to university. For the university level, from the government of India sides, there are a lot of interventions to bring the foreign students in Indian university. I think it is high time to think, as it is a World Education Summit, that narratives we have to script. This is our wish list to all of you. And Raviji, you spearhead these things for CBSE and other school board. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saha. Thanks for an amazing speech. You have highlighted us all. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, and thanks for joining us. We wish to present you a certificate if you are still on the screen. Yeah. This was our speaker certificate from the World Education Summit. Elets about this is our 3-day event, and we are thankful to our speaker for joining us, Dr. Saha. Thank you so much. So we'll end this session here, and looking forward to see you in the next session. Thank you so much.